Alright, you guys, what's going on, you guys? I'm as always Mr. Grimreaper 2, and I'm still keeping up with. You guys have been looking at your screen. I kind of changed it a little bit, kind of changed it up a little bit. Um, but welcome to another edition of Back in Time. Uh, we're gonna give you guys another Halloween episode of Back in Time. In this particular one, we're gonna talk about Constantine. Now, now you guys are probably wondering, well, Grim, what does Constantine have to do with Halloween and stuff like that? Well, has demons in it, has, angels in it. It's based on a DC property. And this also happens to be one of my fucking favorite movies. So, before I do anything, I want to ask Knight, have you seen this movie, dude?
I don't think I've seen this one, no.
The 2005 movie? It's from 2005, so yeah.
Yeah, oh my god. I remember the trailers for that, like I've actually, seen it.
Well, that's gonna change because we'll show you this motherfucker while you're here tomorrow.
Sure.
But yeah, I guess he has not seen this movie. So we're gonna do is I'm gonna go through the plot with this, and we're gonna go through the plot like we always do, and we're gonna talk about this movie. Before I do that, though, this movie was directed by Francis Lawrence. This movie is based on the comic by Alan Moore, Stephen R. Bissett, Rick Veitch, and John Totleben. This movie stars Keanu Reeves in the title role, Rachel Weisz, Shia LaBeouf, Tilda Swinton, Pruitt Taylor Vince, Jimon Hounsou, and Peter Stormare. I can't.
Yeah, Peter Stormare. Yeah, Peter Stormare.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So we're gonna go through the plot like we talked about. So here we go. In the Mexican countryside, a scavenger named Manuel finds a spearhead wrapped in a Nazi flag at the ruins of an old church, which is later revealed as the Spear of Destiny. Manuel becomes possessed and travels to the United States. In Los Angeles, occult detective John Constantine exorcises a Filipino girl possessed by a demon trying to break through to Earth, which should not be possible under the rules of a standing wager between God and Lucifer for mankind's souls. Constantine's driver and apprentice, Chaz Kramer, played by Shia LaBeouf, waits in the car as Constantine doesn't think he's ready to exorcise demons. Constantine later meets with the androgynous half-angel being Gabriel. He asks Gabriel for a reprieve from his impending death from lung cancer brought forth by prolonged smoking. Gabriel declines, telling Constantine that he exorcises demons for selfish reasons and cannot buy his way into heaven. I don't think so. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you.
After being assaulted by another demon, Constantine goes to Papa Midnight, a reputed witch doctor who runs a club serving as neutral ground where half-breeds do not have to conceal themselves. Speaking of the name Papa Midnight, we'll talk about that later. Constantine is admitted into the club, but the bouncer tells Chaz to leave as he looks underage. Midnight does not believe Constantine's claim of demons crossing over. Constantine leaves after exchanging hostile words with half-demon Balthazar. Elsewhere, a woman named Isabel Dotson commits suicide in a psychiatric hospital. Her twin sister, Detective Angela Dotson, refuses to believe that Isabel, a devout Roman Catholic, would kill herself. Watching security footage of Isabel's suicide, Angela hears her say Constantine's name. Angela finds Constantine and asks him to help investigate. After they are attacked by winged demons, which Constantine believes were targeting Angela, he agrees to help. Constantine briefly transports himself to hell through the possession of a familiar and sees Isabel damned to eternally relive her suicide. Constantine explains to Angela that he can see the true nature of the half-breeds. He committed suicide to escape his visions and his soul was sent to hell. But he was revived by paramedics 2 minutes later for the sin of taking his own life. His soul is still condemned to go to hell once he dies. The two examine Isabel's room in the hospital and find a clue pointing to a prophecy in the Satanic Bible that Lucifer's son, Mammon, will attempt to claim Earth as his own kingdom. To do so, Mammon requires both a powerful psychic and assistance from God. Angela tells Constantine that Isabel, a clairvoyant and a psychic, was committed by her parents. Angela had the same gift but suppressed it. At Angela's insistence, Constantine reawakens her psychic ability through a near-death experience. She immediately finds a clue pinpointing Balthazar as an accomplice to the plot. Constantine interrogates Balthazar, who is an asshole.
Yep.
Who reveals that Mammon has the spear stained with the blood of Christ. The assistance from God. Jesus. Sorry, bad segue. Angela, now the psychic in place of Isabel, is abducted by an invisible entity. Constantine convinces Midnight that the demons are breaking the Wager's rules. With Midnight's help, Constantine finds out how the spear merged and Angela's location. Constantine arms himself and goes to the hospital, reluctantly bringing Chaz along. Please don't die. Anyway, the two fight their way through an army of half-demons to exorcise Angela. Chaz is supposedly killed by the invisible entity, which turns out to be Gabriel, who's a fucking bitch.
I can't believe that.
Resenting God's favoritism towards humans. Gabriel plans to unleash hell on earth to weed out those deemed unworthy of God's love. Because he's a douche. Gabriel casts Constantine from the room and prepares to use the spirit to cut Mammon free from Angela. Out of options, Constantine slits his wrists. As he bleeds out, Lucifer arrives to personally collect his soul. Constantine tells Lucifer of Mammon's plan to usurp him. Confronted by Lucifer, Gabriel threatens to smite him in God's honor. However, the attack towards Lucifer comes up short, revealing to both Gabriel and Lucifer that Gabriel no longer has divine protection. Haha.
Nice.
Lucifer proceeds to burn Gabriel's wings, making Gabriel mortal. Lucifer banishes Mammon back to hell and grants Constantine a wish of gratitude. Constantine asks that Isabel be released to heaven. Lucifer complies, but realizes too late that he cannot take Constantine to hell as a consequence. But selflessly sacrificing himself, Constantine is granted entry into heaven. Infuriated, pissed off, Lucifer heals Constantine's injuries and cures him of his lung cancer, hoping he will eventually damn himself again. Angela and Constantine depart, leaving the now human Gabriel. Sometime later, Constantine, now making an effort to quit smoking and trust the spirit to Angela, and in the post-credit scene, visits Chaz's grave, where Chaz appears, now an angel. Thus ending the 2005 Constantine film. Okay, before I get into any further, I want to know something. Why in the blue fucking hell did people hate this movie? This movie got a 46% on Rotten Tomatoes, which they're full of shit. This is how I feel. This is how I feel about Constantine. the 2005 version. This movie was not bad. In the slightest. In the fucking slightest. See, people said that this movie, I get some of the points as to why, maybe. But to call it goofy and to say that it was completely retarded, uh, okay, so let us go through these bullshit fucking deals, and I want to find out why these. Okay, so the site's consensus states, despite solid production values and intriguing premises, Constantine lacks the focus of another spiritual shoot 'em up like The Matrix. No, I think that's wrong. Richard Corliss of Time magazine called it a one-of-a-kind hybrid, a theological noir action film, which is what it was. Okay. He was, however, critical of the movie's climax, referring to it as irrevocably goofy. No, I don't think so. The climax of the movie made perfect sense. But I don't know. Let's see here. Pete von der Haar of Film Threat gave the film 3 out of 5, stating that the film barely succeeds. Right. Thanks to impressive visuals, the idea of an uncaring God wagering with Satan for souls, and 2 immensely enjoyable scenes, one with Wise and one with Stormare, in which Reeves actually plays his character as the cynical asshole he really is. See, I get that he's a cynical asshole. Yeah, he's supposed to play the cynical asshole. But Constantine is a... But, okay. This is from people that's never read the fucking comics in their life. Yeah, this is from people that never gave a shit about the Hellblazer comics at all, and didn't know what the fuck they were talking about.
Yeah.
This movie was good. I don't care what anybody says. This movie was fucking good. This movie was good. I give this movie a 10 out of 10.
Huh?
And I don't give a shit what fucking critics say. This movie was fucking good. The story made sense. Everything made sense. Everything came out really, really fucking good in this movie. But why are the critics... See, the critics act like they know everything. They don't. This movie deserves a lot of credit. I give where credit is due. They tried to tell a good story. They tried to do what they needed to do with this movie. And then not to mention, I found out earlier today that there is news that he could be coming back to play Constantine again. That Keanu Reeves might come back and play Constantine again. And I for that I say, oh hell yes. Because of what he did in the John Wick movies, what do you think that he will do in the what do you think if he will do in a dark version of Constantine?
Oh yeah.
If you liked him in John Wick, think about the possibilities we'll see if he decides to get back in the to the good of things by playing Constantine. Now, you guys are probably asking, well, Graham, I've read the comics. Constantine's not American. He's British. He doesn't have to be British. He doesn't have to be American either. He can be anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's somebody telling their own story. You know what I mean? So, but I just think I get that the rating was kind of dumb too. The rating should have been rated R. It should have been a much more R rated movie. But
Yeah.
they made it PG-13.
Uh,
Um so yeah, I'm hoping that they do decide to make a sequel to Constantine. I hope that Keanu Reeves comes back and plays a role and stuff like that. So we'll just see what happens between now and then.
we will. We will.
But let us know in the comment section what your thoughts on Constantine is. Did you like it? Did you think it sucked? Let us know in the comment section down below. Yeah, tomorrow, as I said before, we got some reactions. We got some reviews to do tomorrow, and we got a top 10 list that we're gonna do tomorrow as well, uh, and stuff like that. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That is gonna be it for tonight. I am, as always, Mr. Grimreaper 2 with Dark 987, and we'll see you all in the afterlife. Peace.